age is fucking stupid and it's hard for no reason, bruh. It's hard for no reason.
I
But
know.
like, but like, for me in particular, man, I just don't like if shit ain't really adding up to me, then something's off. Like that's how I take it. If it just ain't adding up to me, something's off. And like I don't like thinking like that because thinking like that can lead to some stupid shit happening. But that's just how I like to treat it sometimes.
Well, that's how you gotta treat it. Like it's too mobile. Everything is too mobile. You got Tinder, fucking Match. You got uh Facebook and shit. I mean, it's like you got everything within an arm's reach. There's no risk of like talking to anybody physically anymore. Nobody wants to do that shit. You know, if you do that shit nowadays, you come off as a creep. But if you do that shit all over your phone, then I guess it's alright. You know, that's the kind of fucked up way it is.
Yeah. Cause I
Yeah.
I had like girls don't want to be approached no more or whatever. They think that shit is weird. But it's like you meet a nigga over the phone, no. You okay with meeting a nigga over the phone, no. And like you don't know what his intentions are. You don't know what the fuck he thinking in his head. You just all you know is you met this nigga over the phone. And you mean to tell me you cool with that more than a dude who approached you in public? Like no matter I get it if it's like a safety thing or whatever, but it's like I don't know. I would just prefer to meet a person in public than over the phone.
Yeah, it's much safer that way, number one. And number two, you can actually talk to people. It's great. It's how we used to do it back in my day. It was awesome. Could fucking walk up to somebody, start a conversation, and hey, you either you either made a friend or you made a fuck buddy or you made an enemy or something. But hey, you never knew. You just rolled the dice right then and there.
I think that's what a lot of people are afraid to do is roll the dice.
Well, yeah, 'cause everybody's chicken shit nowadays. I mean, people get offended by words. So
Cause it's like
you can imagine.
I get it if you don't want to roll the dice on something that could possibly turn out bad. But I mean, if the person is saying some good shit and you vibing with it, then I would go along with it. You know what I mean? Just don't be fucking stupid and like completely drop your guard. I think that's what people mess up at is that they just completely drop their guard and shit. I don't know what happened. I was trusting and he was saying so many good things, and it's like, yeah, he was saying a lot of good things, but ain't nobody tell you to drop your guard. You know what I mean?
Right.
Motherfuckers can switch up at any time. You never know.
Well, that's male and female,
Right.
and everybody else in between. So it is what it is. You gotta take a chance. It's not about finding the perfect person. It's about finding somebody just as fucked up as you are and making the shit work. Ain't no relationship perfect. Anybody says that shit, they out of their goddamn mind. Look at Will and Jada. Everybody, oh, they're so sweet. I'm married Hollywood's cut. Get the fuck out of here. No, out there doing that dumb shit. So,
Man,
but that's
that's
supposed to be the example of a good marriage. There ain't no fucking. I mean, if there are good celebrity marriages out there, you ain't heard of them. Why? Because they ain't got their shit all out in the public and everything.
right.
They keep it nice and quiet and to themselves, and fuck you.
I feel that's what ruins
What's your
a lot of
secret to a
relationships,
successful
though.
marriage? You shut the fuck up. Find out for yourself. Why you asking me about your fucking relationship? My relationship ain't your relationship. The shit that work for me don't work for y'all. You know. Well, what do you mean? Well, my wife allows me for 1 month to go out one time out of the month and go and find a fucking random bitch to fuck and get all my angry fucking and dirty little perversions out. For one day out the month, I get to find escort and I get to do all kinds of dirty, nasty, freaky, dirty shit to her that I can't do with my wife. And then for the rest of the month, I'm suppressed. And then I just wait for the next month. Oh, that's the secret? And then and then you get some fucking yokel dumbass that does that shit, and then they want to hold, that person accountable. Well, such and such told me that, the secret to a successful marriage was to let my husband fuck around and get all his perversions out. Yeah, that worked for us, It's not my fault that you did it and now this shit don't work. I'm not going to be held responsible because you can't think for your goddamn self. So that's what relationships is all about, is just finding somebody just as fucked up as you are that's willing to, make it work. Everybody's got their flaws. Everybody's got flaws. I got flaws, you got flaws. It's a matter of what you're willing to put to the side for the benefit of being happy and with this person that you love. And same goes for, on their side. Like, how much are they willing to, put up with your shit in order to make it work?
Cause like, I honestly feel like too many people let other people influence their relationships and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you know, my husband, lets me eat peanut butter out of his butt cheeks. Like, I'm not
Right.
about to do that shit just because it worked for y'all niggas. Hell no.
Well, exactly. That's
I
what I'm
always
saying.
I always try to be
But a majority
myself.
of society will fucking follow that shit. Like, they will follow that shit. Did you hear? Well, no, I didn't hear. Well, what's going on? Oh, well, they found out that the secret to a successful marriage is that you gotta put peanut butter in your husband's butt cheeks and then you gotta lick it off. Well, are you sure? Yeah, it worked for such and such. It worked for them. Well, yeah, but isn't that kind of like unsanitary? Nope, it works. Their relationship is happy. They're happy. You know what? I'm gonna go home to my husband.
They
We're
found
gonna make it
happiness.
work. We're gonna make it work. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be happy. And then she gonna go home and she gonna be like, "Honey, can you like go upstairs and grab the peanut butter?" And he's like,
What?
"What?" Just, honey, go upstairs, grab the peanut. I'll take care of the kids. You know what I mean? Get them in the bedroom and shit. Be like, honey, I know things have been hard on us for the last couple of months, but I found a way to make it work. Oh, did you get a job? No, I didn't get a job. No, psst, are you silly? I need you to take this peanut butter and I need you to put it in your ass cheeks.
Let me eat it.
And then I'm gonna lick it off. Um, what? The
Get your
fuck
ass
you
out of
just
my room.
say? The fuck you just say? How the fuck is that gonna help with the goddamn rent? Well, I'm just saying, like, it worked for the other
Bitch, we
couples.
having financial
like
problems,
like
not
who other
fucking
and
marital
then the thing
problems.
about it is gonna be like, who couple did that fucking work for? And then she gonna say some fucking couple and shit, and he gonna be like, you mean that fucking couple from that reality show? Fucking that's what you basing this shit on? A fucking reality show.
Goddamn.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Their reality ain't my reality. What do you mean? Well, first of all, I don't have a camera in my fucking face while I'm at work, at home, on the shitter, dropping the kids off to school, picking the kids up. There's no camera. There's no theme song when I fucking get to work. You know, there's no fucking, subtitles underneath my shit. Like, I live the real life. Their life ain't my life. So, their dating techniques and the dating techniques of this age ain't for me. I'll just
That's
stick to
why.
the good old, hooking up at Walmart or the grocery store or the library, or if it catches my fancy, hell, I may fucking try one of the dating apps and see if it works. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm not gonna compromise who I am as a person and what I want. You know?
That's why sometimes I can't understand how some people can just sit here and watch reality TV shows all the goddamn time. Like, you do realize that shit is mostly just fucking fake, right? Like the Lion King, the Lion King thing, with Carol Baskin and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh, you
man.
talking about the Tiger King?
Tiger King, yeah.
Lion King. I'm up here thinking about Simba and shit. Like, what? What are you talking about?
like like I get it. Some of them can be entertaining and shit. But it's like the difference I can make a different a comparison with the Tiger King and like Housewives of Real Atlanta, Real Housewives of Atlanta type shit. You know, every episode is always some shit. Ah, bitch, you used to fuck my husband. Well, bitch, you used to sleep with my granddaddy type shit. You know what I mean? And it's always the same thing. But with the Tiger King, it was like, damn, this is kind of like a story or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, did she really feed her husband to the lions? Is this guy as good as they making him out to be? Like, is the Tiger King really a good person, or is he just a shitty boss? You know what I mean?
Man, I don't. You know what? I don't care because it's entertaining, yes, but it's not something I'm gonna fucking dwell over.
Right.
I'm not gonna fucking lose sleep over it. You know, like, and that came out at the height of the fucking coronavirus. You know, when that fucking show came out, and it made people. Yeah, I'll let you out. It gave people an escape, but at the same time, it's like, damn, is this real life? Does shit like this really happen? And it's like, yeah, shit like that happens, but why are we gonna, sensationalize on it? Why are we gonna make why are we gonna make celebrities out of fucking mediocre people that may or may not have been involved in some fucked up shit? You know, like, just like you asked earlier, like, oh, well, did she feed her husband to the tigers? That's not fucking for me to decide. What I'm questioning is that how the fuck they gonna air all this public shit? How they gonna air all this to the public and the cops ain't doing nothing about her fucking husband's disappearance? That's a question that you should be asking yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We asking all the wrong questions, and society has always asked the wrong goddamn questions. They never ask the right ones. They ask all the fucked up ones, and it deviates from what's really there. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, like I don't even know. I don't even worry about that shit because it's not. I mean, yeah, like I said, it's entertaining, but at the same time, it's like how all this shit happening. Why did this person get away with this shit and this person didn't? You know, oh, because they was coming down on him, and they said that if I agreed to help him out, they'd let me go. So basically you ratted on your fucking homie just because you got caught up in some shit, and now they trying to get him, so you gonna turn snitch. Like, get the fuck out of here.
It's
Like,
not how it works,
but
bro.
it's not how it works. But then again, that's how it is. How it works. I mean, look at fucking Takashi 6ix9ine. He wanna fucking do all that crazy shit and everything, and then when the fucking shit got real, or whatever, then he wanna get out. He wanna flip. Not everybody he don't flip on is in prison, and he's still floating around doing whatever the fuck he doing, and that's okay. Society says that's okay, you know, but we gonna turn our backs to all this other shit. So,
Like, um, like that's something I noticed though. Rappers who really out here doing that shit, like I don't even I don't even know how to really make the comparison. But I would say like old school rappers and shit who's really out there doing shit. You know what I mean? They'll rap about it, but they'll leave it like ambiguous. Cause like I was listening to I can't remember who the fuck. I think it was Lil Baby or whatever the fuck. This nigga put in the first half of his song, he was like, all the shit I'm rapping about in this song is all cap. It's all fake. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, bruh, is this what it came down to now? Is this what it came down to? Because now motherfuckers can't just rap about shit they probably didn't do. You know what I mean? They can't even rap about shit they ain't even really doing without motherfuckers being like, oh yeah, he clearly did that shit. Look, he's rapping about it in his song. You know what I mean? It's like motherfuckers half the time most of these rappers don't even be doing this shit. They don't. I know with
Well,
old school
yeah.
rappers, a lot of them probably wasn't doing that shit neither.
Well, it depends. I
And if they
mean,
was doing some shit, it was probably just like some simple shit like, oh, I beat this nigga's ass because he was disrespecting me. You know what I mean? It ain't had to be no gang shit. It was just simple like, I beat his ass because he disrespected me.
right?
But rappers here nowadays be sitting here rapping about doing drugs and selling drugs and all this shit and don't even really be doing that shit. But you have motherfuckers quick to prosecute their ass because of it.
Well, yeah, they said that shit a little while ago, a while back. Like, I think it was Jay-Z said something about rappers shouldn't be held. The lyrics that they said shouldn't be held against them in a court of law. You know, when it comes down to it. You know, so if they was to ever, you know, like let's say for example, there's a fucking cold case just out of the blue, right? You know, some detective at some desk in some bumfuck town in some bumfuck state decides to have a wild hair up his ass and, you know, dig up a cold case. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this leads to a big name rapper being indicted on fucking involved with this murder. So this detective fucking goes through, he you know, does his homework, you know, he cracks the case and realizes, oh, this rapper back in fucking, you know, X amount of time said that he did such and such, and that coincides with, you know, the body that I found and the evidence, you know, it all points to, you know, this person. So when they take this person to court, they can say, Your Honor, you know, we have, you know, exhibit D, which is, you know, such and such his rap lyrics recorded on the album, such and such, you know, back in such and such. Your Honor, I overrule that because, you know, I want to have that exhibit dismissed because due to the grounds that, you know, the lyrics were for entertainment purposes only, yada, yada, yada. Lyrics get thrown out. And the lyrics was the number one fucking code breaker for the case. You know what I mean? Without those lyrics, this man has really no case. You know what I mean? But now, because they fucking don't hold the lyrics accountable, the whole case gets thrown out and they get away with murder. But, you know, so it's like, why you gonna rap about it if you ain't do it? And I get it. You want to entertain, you want to do this, but where does the line get crossed? Or where does the line get drawn between fucking just being an entertainer and being, you know, an actual political, or not even political, but just a person that's about the people, you know?
Yeah, cause I
Cause
can't
ain't
remember
nothing
who.
really up there that's really uplifting me to go up there and be a fucking better citizen. Like, and you mean to tell me in order to live comfortably like you, I gotta fucking, you know, I gotta get hoes, I gotta flip something, drugs, weed, whatever, or I can just, you know, there's nothing really legal about what they rap about half the time. That's why I stopped listening, because I can't relate to that shit anymore. That's not what you would call like a working man's rap,
Yeah.
you know?
Like
And
I
That's
just
what.
thought I just like I liked how everybody was like, oh, little baby rapping for Black Lives Matter and this and even Rose's boyfriend was like, either it was Rose or it was Rose's boyfriend or somebody. I can't remember who the fuck I said this to, but they didn't like that I said it, and I was like, I don't really support Black Lives Matter because I don't like the Cameron. It was Cameron. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, I don't really support that shit because the fucking lady who is supposedly leading the shit ain't doing the right shit with the donations and the money that she's supposed to
All
be
right. Well,
using
let
it
me
for.
tell you
You know what I
something.
mean?
It's not. I don't. I don't. It's not. When it comes down to like shit like that, I've been around too long to see, you know, what the scam is and where people, as long as I've been on this earth, there's always people that's going to try and profit from somebody else's fucking pain,
Yeah.
you know. And that's why when this whole, thing started, the Black Lives shit, I was like, okay, yeah, I get it. I understand what it is, and I stand behind it. I
But
stand
you
behind
already
what it
kind of
is.
saw
I don't
something like
stand
this
behind the
happening.
people. Right. You can stand behind something, you just don't have to support the people. And what happens is that uh every brand has a face. I don't give a fuck what it is. It could be Black Lives Matter, it could be fucking Kmart. It's gotta have a face. So this person ended up being the face for the Black Lives Matter. And you shouldn't have like one face for it. It's about all lives. You should have a committee. You should have, you know, one committee has equal say. It should never be one person taking care of that shit. Because when it comes down to it, then they start getting influenced. You can influence one person and fuck up a whole goddamn program. And that's what happens. Something as strong as Black Lives Matter or something like that, it could really be a strong fucking movement if it would have been handled correctly. But just like everything else, it doesn't get handled correctly. Black Lives Matter, that's been off and on for the last couple of years now, but the KKK has still been fucking running around since the country's been built. So you tell me, how does something like Black Lives Matter keeps getting fucking crumbling, or any kind of like big organization that's not, I hate to say it, but I ain't gonna say it. But anyway, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. Like for me personally, I just feel like we as a people, like black people, we let in too many people to fuck our shit up. We let in too many fucking people. If Black Lives Matter was supposed to be okay, we're gonna protest and we want to be taken serious. We're gonna we gonna protest in the streets until something done about George Floyd and all these other innocent black people that got killed for no reason, whatever, whatever. Um, that's what it should have been. We shouldn't have had our own people out there looting and fucking doing all this other shit. Like, let's save that shit for the white people. Let them white peoples do that shit. Let them destroy their own fucking businesses. Because I was watching a YouTuber that I usually go to for like music and shit, right? And he was talking about the riots and all this, and he was talking about how he supports them burning down businesses and shit. And I was like, yeah, but what about them fucking black businesses that got burned down too? You know what I mean? Like we shouldn't be out here destroying shit because at the end of the day, these motherfuckers got money to replace it. Like
It ain't
you can sit there all day and say that, oh, they got the money to replace it. They got the money to replace it. Okay, but what we gonna do about them fucking black people that they arrest because of
it,
it?
it ain't even about like the looting, or like a- anger gets the better of everybody. You know what I mean? And when Martin Luther King and them boys back in the day, them guys back in the day, they did all that without having to loot stores or resort to getting like celebrities to endorse them and shit like that. They didn't have to do all that. They just spoke with their words. They was humble about their shit. you know. And people nowadays, it's like they want it by force. Like, you know, you're gonna listen to me. This is what's going on. You gotta listen. And nowadays, we as a people are too easily to get divided. We get divided too easily. You know, you can have fucking somebody. You can have a group of like Second Amendments. Like, we want our guns. It's like, yeah. It's like them Fed boys, they're not gonna take our guns, are they? Like, no. And then it's like, you know, they have all this fucking, you know, animosity towards, you know, anybody that wants to take their guns from them and shit, right? You got this big strong group, and it's like, damn, how we going to take this group apart? And it's like, I got an idea. It's like, you know, how y'all feel about them gays in the military? It's like, I support it. Wait, what do you mean you support it? Well, I support it. I mean, they're fighting for our country. They're fighting for our freedom, right? Like, why shouldn't a gay person be able to serve our country just as, like, me or you? Oh, Billy, I thought you were better than that. I ain't supporting no homosexuals in our military. And there you go. You done split up what was going to be a strong, dominant group. You done split that group up. Now you got two separate groups fighting each other over some dumb shit that they actually have no control over. So that's how it's so easy to break a group down. And it used to and it's called I call it the Willie Lynch syndrome. And I think I told you about that shit.
No.
It's about this guy. He used to be a slave owner, and he was like, if you want to keep your slaves in check, you know, you turn the light skinned ones against the dark skinned ones. He's like, you give certain amenities to the light skinned folk, and then you treat the darker skinned black people like shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it turns them against each other. You know, and that's how you keep control. Or, you know, that's how you keep the fucking crowds from overpowering you. From, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's what goes on every single fucking day. You know, some group gets fucking bigger than they britches and shit, and then something comes up that fucking completely demolishes them. You know, oh my God, this group, they're getting too big for us. You know, they're getting pretty big. What do we got to do? What do we got to do? What are we gonna throw out there? You know, hey, let's throw out you know, essential workers versus people that get unemployment for $300 extra a month, or let's throw this Johnny Depp Amber Heard shit out there. Yeah, let's throw that out there. Let's see what they do about that. And with the information flowing the way it does nowadays, there's no way you can build any kind of systematic kind of program anymore for anything. And if you do, you got to keep it small, keep it to a minimum, and make sure you keep your fucking nose clean.
Right.
Because if you go in there with any fucking dirt that you know it's going to come up, you know, and depending on how long that dirt has been buried, or even how dirty that dirt is, like, it could fuck you up. You know what I mean? Like, let's say you go up there and you want to support fucking, I don't know, Planned Parenthood or some kind of shit like that, and you know, better yet, let's say you fighting for abortions and shit, so you making this big, you know, clinic, and you getting all these followers and shit like that, yeah, you know, abortions, you know, this and that, make them legal, this and that, rah 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 rah, we don't need, you know. Meanwhile, the dude that's running the program, he got like 10 kids because he don't believe in killing, you know, he don't believe in abortions. But because you can make money on the shit, you know, and then they come to find out, you know, he got 10 kids or whatever. You know, he completely against what he's fucking raising money for. So now all of a sudden, you know, that shit fall apart. You know, you got to keep your nose clean, because somebody's gonna come out the woodwork with some shit. And and this is the funny part, because when you was a regular nobody, all them people from your past, you never got no fucking cards. And as time progressed, you never got an email, you never got a fucking Facebook contact or whatever. You know what I mean? These people are just fucking distant memories in the back of your fucking brain. Now here it is, 5, 10 years later, you done fucking made a little name for yourself and shit like that. You have your own podcast, you have your own channel, you have whatever you got going on for you. You know what I'm saying? You starting to make a name for yourself in the public eye. Now all of a sudden you got some fucking skeleton wanting to try and fucking come out the closet and shit. Try to fucking wreck your name and shit.
You gotta beat that shit back in there, man.
Yeah. No, it's not even beat that shit back in there. It's the simple fact of the matter is, when I was a nobody, you weren't nowhere to be found, but except me. I was the only one that knew about, you. You know what I'm saying? Like, the memories I had of you is just the memories I had of you. But for you to now come out, why are you coming out the woodwork now? You know what I'm saying? Why you want to say something now? Why didn't you say something then? And that's what people don't ask when shit, like, let's say for example, I became, I don't know, a YouTube celebrity, or I became, let's just say I became a public figure, right? Whether I became an influencer, podcast, whatever the fuck. All right. Now all of a sudden, I get somebody that I went to fucking elementary school with, who I happen to whoop the shit out of, and now all of a sudden he coming up at me talking about, well, when we was back in the 3rd grade, he hit me with a dictionary because I said sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. And then he grabbed a dictionary and smacked me with it, and ever since then I've had dyslexia. What the fuck? Like, really? Like, are you serious? Something that happened, and now you just now coming at me with this shit, trying to make it public? What are you trying to say? What are you trying to accomplish? Right. Why didn't you say something then? Oh, I've been going to therapy. Okay, well, if you've been going to therapy, why haven't I been? Why exactly? Why haven't I been contacted? You know what I'm saying? If this is such a big issue in your life and you needed closure, why the fuck wasn't I contacted when I was a nobody? Why wasn't I contacted when I was working at the fucking hot dog stand? Or why wasn't I contacted when I was fucking washing dishes in this restaurant or whatever? When I was a fucking nobody. Now all of a sudden that I don't fucking, clawed my way to get what I want so I can be comfortable in life, you coming with your fucking problems and trying to put the fucking blame on me? Who the fuck are you? Right. But nowadays people give into that shit. Oh, I do apologize, I was wrong, it should have never happened. No, fuck that. You ain't getting no apology from me, because that's what it was for the time that it was. I'm not going to apologize for something like that. It was for the time that it was. And and if you need a breakdown of it, then it's just what it is.
In reality, I was probably like 15, whatever age I was when that shit happened. And it's over now, you know what I mean? Obviously, I done paid for my shit, you know what I mean?
Okay.
The fuck you telling me for this?
I tell you like this. Being a kid, growing up in where I grew up at, and let me tell you something, there were times my mama would whoop my fucking ass in the goddamn grocery store, in the public, in school. I would catch it. I would catch an ass whooping right then and there, drop of a dime, and what I say, like, it made me a better person, kinda, you know what I'm saying? But am I going to sit here and hold my mother accountable to what she did? No, because that was parenting back in the day. You didn't have everybody in your fucking business telling, oh, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't put your hands on your child. They're just a young child. They don't know any better. Or, trying to, like, self-diagnose them and shit. Like, well, they may have ADHD or PTSD or OCD or OPP or MIA or FBI or DEA or whatever the fuck, Everybody want to get into your business and shit. And then they want to, if I acted up, I got my ass whooped. Now, am I going to sit here and hold my mother accountable and be like, well, the reason I don't have human, I can't have contact is because my mother beat me as a child. No, she fucking disciplined me. If I fucked up, I got my ass whooped. That was the lesson taught. If I stole, I got my ass whooped. If I fucking got in trouble at school and I was acting a fool, I got my ass whooped. That was the fucking lesson.
Right.
Oh, you wanna act up at school? Flap, 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 flap. Oh, what are we gonna do from now on? We gonna behave. Goddamn right. What's gonna happen if you don't behave? I'm gonna get my ass whooped again. And nothing instills a fucking lesson learned like a good old-fashioned ass whooping. But somewhere along the lines, motherfuckers got sensitive, and now everybody wanna be up in your business.
Right.
And kids nowadays, they got access to a cell phone. They'll fucking get on the phone. I'm call the cops and shit, And sad to say, like, it's bullshit. That because they don't want to get their ass whipped, or because they don't want to live by certain rules that the society has catered to that.
That's like
They're not letting you.
That's like the nigga I showed you yesterday. I sent you that fucking video yesterday. The kid from Diary of a Wimpy Kid killing his mom and shit.
Right. All because
he
he was fucking up. All because he was fucking up, And that's the sad part about it. That's what society has come to. And you saw it at the last job we was at. I ain't gonna say no names about it, but you remember, right? Motherfuckers doing dumb shit and get rewarded for it, while motherfuckers like me is busting our ass trying to get ahead, and we can't because we got stupid motherfuckers in front of us that's just holding up the line. Right. But that's what it's come down to. Motherfuckers have gotten so sensitive and shit that it's like, they do dumb shit, but rather than reap the repercussions of what they did, they'd rather just fucking, it's like, damn, man, you ain't been to school in like a month, man. Your mama gonna whoop your ass. Not if I kill her first. You know what I mean?
Right.
Even in, little street fights and shit, motherfuckers getting shot. Why? Because you done burned this man or this woman for whatever, and, now you dead. Because they can't fucking throw no hands. That shit don't make no sense at all. And it all started back when there was like, every child gets a trophy. Everybody's equal. Everybody is not equal. There are winners, there are losers. Like how you going to teach the importance of, winning and losing if everybody gets a fucking trophy for participating? That's where the fucking problem started, man. Thinking everybody is equal and shit. And those kids that grew up when that shit started is the same motherfuckers that I gotta compete with in this fucking world right now. Like, I busted my ass for the last 25 years in this industry that I'm in to be the best that I'm fucking am. To earn the hourly rate that I should be getting paid. But nowadays, because motherfuckers is so goddamn, well, I want $15 an hour too. If he's getting $15 an hour, I want $15 an hour. No, motherfucker, no. Well, why not? Because you can't do what I do. Yeah, but we're in the same building, we're in the same profession, we're doing the same thing. Maybe so, but the fact of the matter is I do my shit 10 times fucking better than you. So why should you get paid the same level? You know what I'm saying? We are not the same. You know what I mean? I've been doing this shit for 25 years. You've been doing this shit for what, 3, 4 months? But I want what you get. If I don't get what he gets paid, I'm quitting. Oh well, we can't have that happen. So yeah, I'll give you the $15 an hour too. Well, what the fuck about me? Well, do I get some money too? Oh, it's not in the budget right about now. But I tell you what, you keep doing the fabulous job you're doing, and I'll tell you what, in another couple of months we'll talk about it. Where the fuck is that equal up to?
Yeah, that's what I was
How the
trying to
fuck? How the
explain.
fuck is that? How the fuck does that make sense?
That's what I was
And
trying to explain to some people and shit. Like I'm like,
well, if you're
you
trying
got
to explain it to some people, then goddamn it, tell them to watch this fucking video right now because I'm telling you something right now. Like that shit has got motherfuckers like me heated. Like how the fuck you gonna sit there and say we the same when no, the fuck we not? You know what I mean? Especially when I can knock your dick in the dirt blindfolded doing what I do. You know, but yet you gonna sit there and tell me you deserve the same amount of pay because of that. Like I was reading the other fucking day, motherfucking EMSs, the people that save our lives are quitting so they can go work at McDonald's, my dude. Instead of being out there saving lives, they up they flipping burgers. Why? Because they can get up to fucking $20 an hour at some states.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Working McDonald's, my guy. You know, and here it is. I could be having a heart attack or something right now, and but because this motherfucker decided to go work at McDonald's, now the EMSs are short of people that can save lives. Why? Because you rather pay somebody more money to flip burgers than to be out there saving lives. We asking these motherfuckers to be out there 48, 72 hours a week, straight. I don't really know the specifics of it, but I'm gonna tell you like this: there's some
they can
long
be out there
fucking
all
hours.
night. Yeah, they can be
You
there
know.
all night.
Matter of fact, my brother, your uncle, he out there doing that shit. You know,
Mhm.
and they making pennies on the dollar. But you got people that want to be well. I'm working at McDonald's and it's hard. You don't understand. It's hot and it's greasy and it's oily and the hours are long and there's so many people and orders. Motherfucker, that's what you chose. You chose to do that job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can get out. People that work the EMS as nurses, doctors, all that shit, the health industry, they chose to do that. They want to make people's lives better. So why shouldn't the nurses and the LNAs and everything, why don't those cats get the 20, 25, $30 an hour? You know what I mean? Because without them, I could be dead. But we focusing on the people that work at McDonald's and the fast food shit. You know what I mean? Like if the corporations can't take care of the fucking employees, then they don't need to be hiring them. You know? So if Ronald McDonald can't fucking reach into his pocket and shit or ask Grimace or the fucking Fry Guys for a couple of dollars so he can fucking, pay his fucking people the right pay, then so be it. But here's the thing though, because if I ain't gonna do it for X amount of money, they'll let me go and hire 2 more people for half the rate or for the same pay. As long as there's somebody out there willing to fucking work for less than what I'm doing, they'll take it. They would sacrifice quality over fucking quantity. They would rather have 2 people to do the job that one person can do rather than just pay this one person and keep them happy. They'd rather go the other route. Well, if that's the way you're going to be about it, go find another job. And then we go find another job. And then they're stuck for a minute. Like, geez, well, who's going to handle this station? I'm going to need 2 people for this one. So then they go out and find, well, I'll pay you $10 an hour and I'll pay you $8 an hour and both of you guys can run this station right here. How does that sound? Oh yeah, we'll take it, you know. And they sit up there and they, half-ass it, you know, sacrifice every fucking thing,
Hmm.
quality, the speed, the urgency, the fucking look, the fucking name of the brand that you're serving. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Come on. Motherfuckers need to just wake up and shit. If I come into your fucking establishment and you need a worker that goddamn bad, don't fucking throw me no goddamn $17, $20 an hour. You know? If you need
Pay him
somebody
what he's
that
worth.
fucking bad and I got the experience right there to fucking do it, god damn it, come out your pocket. That's all these people gotta fucking do. Everybody talking about, fucking, oh, it's a staff shortage. There ain't no fucking staff shortage because nobody wants to work fucking 60, $70, 60, 70 hours a week just for to bring home, $400 or $500. You know, and especially with the inflation going up, please get the fuck out of here, man. There's places out there that got like $7 for a gallon for gas, but you want to offer me this. With my experience, I should be able to make this, but you want to pay me this, right? And most people take it because they got bills to pay. They got fucking families to support. And employers take advantage of that shit. The problem comes when you show them you can do the work and you hold them to their word. When you hook up with that manager a month later and it's like, yo, remember you said, you'd hired me for this, and then we see where we're at, and it's a month, and I've worked doubles, I've worked overtime, I've learned other things to make my job that much more productive. I've come in on my days off, and I'm just trying to see where we at financially because you said, depending on how I work, I would be able to get a raise, right? And then that's when the motherfucker, oh, well, we looked in the budget. Oh, and don't worry, you're doing a great job. But right now, I just don't see us being able to, give you any more money right now because of X, Y, Z. And, we hired this person and, sales haven't been the way they are and this and that and rah, rah, rah. And they feed you all this bullshit after you done busted their ass so you can prove to them that you can do what they needed
Sitting in the
you to
office
do.
like he's just
You know
sitting
what I
in the
mean?
office like I can't believe this motherfucker asked me for a raise.
Right. And it's like, you said you would give me one. You said if I worked hard and bust my ass out, you would give me some money. And that's what it boils down to is motherfuckers don't want to be people of their word anymore. So everybody quit. Motherfuckers quit. They go to someplace else that'll fucking treat them right and give them what they said they was going to give them. And they move on. But then don't sit there and say, "Oh, well, nobody wants to work. Nobody want." It's both sides. You see what I mean? You can't go into a job and just because they're shorthanded, and like if you can't fucking cook, don't go in there demanding no fucking $18, $20 an hour if you can't fucking cook. You know, don't be fucking pissed because they gonna give you $15 an hour and the ad said they gonna give you 20. No, they gonna give you 20 based on experience, and motherfucker, you ain't got no experience. So what the fuck makes you think you gonna get $20 an hour? But then they go in there with that mentality like, oh, I don't know about cooking, but you know what? They're gonna give me $20 an hour. I'll take it. And then they're like, nah, you ain't got no experience. We're gonna start you off at 15. Oh, 15? I don't want 15. Well, motherfucker, nigga, you can't cook. Like,
I
what
ain't
am
gonna
I
lie,
gonna do?
working at Sam's and shit, for like I think I was getting paid 13 an hour or some shit, or maybe even like a dollar less than that. I know when I was trying to get my first apartment and shit, that 13 was not what to help out for shit, man. And like I know when they moved that shit up to 15, I was like, yes, I can finally like, I can pay rent, I can pay light, I can pay for internet, and now I'll be fine with just that alone. I ain't gotta go out to eat, I ain't gotta go nowhere, I can just chill at home all fucking day long. You know what I mean? I was happy with that shit. So I ain't gonna lie, that 15 did help. But looking back on it, oh shit. Oh no. Shit. Lost internet connection. Fuck.